let's turn to the US now, because Kamala Harris and Trump are going head-to-head their first presidential debate. That's 11 o'clock tomorrow, our time. You can watch it here on Sky News. Now, there's going to be a lot of rules around this debate, similar to when Trump went up against Joe Biden. No live audience, no pre-written notes, and strict speaking time limits. This debate, Bronwyn, is going to be very important for Kamala, very high risk for her, because she's tried her hardest not to be put on the spot with any live interviews, let alone a live debate like this.
Well, yes, but there's... I reckon that the press over there in the United States have already written their stories for post the debate. They were already saying she's won. Wasn't she fantastic? I don't think it matters what happens. That's the story they'll run. So I think, although a lot of people will watch it, I think they'll be drawing their own conclusions rather than what the media is saying, but it will have an impact. So I'm of two minds about this. It is likely to be the only engagement they have. I don't think there'll be any seconds. I just feel that she's up there now being absolutely force-fed information, and there'll be rules: no giggling, no laughing, don't put on your silly face, try and look sensible and restrained. I mean, it'll be all this sort of thing. It's like a kid trying to cram for the exam and retain as much information you can, knowing you'll never remember much of it after the exam.
Yeah, because there were reports that she asked to have notes taken in.
Yes,
I don't know if that's accurate, but that was reported, and that request was denied. Caleb, of course, you know, Trump is going to have to make sure that he has his messages more targeted to Kamala Harris, because he has struggled to reframe his campaign after Biden left.
That is true. And of course, if you look at the last debate, there was very little policy substance at all. It was purely a personality thing, because the objective for Trump was to show Biden up as the wally that he was. And some would argue that's perhaps what the Democrats wanted to do in the first place, to move him on and have him replaced. That was the opportunity to show the world exactly how bad he was. And so Kamala has to be very careful tomorrow not to veer into the word salad territory, because that's where she could sort of go down the same road as Biden and look totally weak. But you will not see, I don't think tomorrow, much policy substance at all. You never get them out of these US debates. It devolves purely into personality. And on that count, Trump can usually win. It will all depend on how badly Kamala can perform. And we'll go further into this on the late debate tonight. But she has actually had a Trump impersonator holed up in a hotel room with her that has been lit up with stage lights as though she were actually doing debating the bloke to see whether she can do it up against Trump. Now, that is extraordinary. I mean, you can't imagine Donald Trump in a room with someone pretending to be Kamala Harris, can you?
Well, apart from the theatrics of it, but that is normal campaign prep, though, to have other people throwing questions at you. 100%.
Not someone who's impersonating Donald Trump, surely.
I don't think it's that unusual. They want to be prepared. Look, just quickly before we go, it's been revealed today that Penny Wong has welcomed UK PM Keir Starmer's decision to suspend arms exports to Israel. Penny Wong told The Guardian that Australia is working with partners, including the UK, to put pressure to see a real change in the situation in Gaza. I mean, Bronwyn, God forbid, you know, Australia should support Israel as it moves to fend off terrorists.
Penny Wong is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. At every turn, she has turned on Israel. She is trying her hardest to appeal to those Western Sydney seats, to try and look after the people who are there. Now, Penny Wong came from a country, Malaysia, where there were dreadful race riots. Did she not learn that to promote this sort of hatred that is coming out of the lack of leadership from this Labor government, to stop and to say that there is no place in this country for Hamas and for the supporters of Hamas and
she
their,
does say
and their
that. She does say
slogans.
Hamas can have no role in the future governing of Gaza, but then
is
she
meaningless.
does
this.
She has also, a lot of criticism for Israel, Caleb.
Correct. And I mean, if you look at we're meant to have AUKUS, we're meant to be in lockstep, the US, the UK and Australia, lockstep when it comes to defence. The US has criticised privately the UK for doing this and has told them not to go ahead with this weapon sale ban to Israel. I'll note that we haven't sold weapons to Israel for 5 years. But if we as an outfit...
have enough for ourselves.
Correct. But if AUKUS as an outfit cannot agree on things as simple as this, I think it bodes badly for us going forward. We should be in lockstep. You've got a left-wing government in the UK now cooperating with a left-wing government in Australia.
Very
Even the
concerning.
left-wing government in the US is not on board
No,
with the idea.
exactly. Very concerning. All right, Caleb Bond, we'll see you 10 o'clock. Bronwyn, thank you so much.